Good morning. It is Deric Lipski coming to you live on a brisk autumn day here. And we are on the 26th day of the month. We're almost done. Only 5 days to go after this. So, of course, we're reading from Joel's book, I Declare 31 Days of Greatness, which is why we made the videos about it. Just something I've been doing for years. If you guys are, if this is the 26th of the month, then you should be watching this. If it's not, then you should go to the appropriate day, whatever that is. We're going to get right into it. Day 26. I will choose faith over fear. I will meditate on what is positive and what is good about my situation. I will use my energy not to worry, but to believe. Fear has no part in my life. I will not dwell on negativity, discouraging thoughts. My mindset is on what God says about me. I know His plan for me is for success, victory, and abundance. This is my declaration, right? So I'm not going to meditate on fear all day and just think about how shitty it is, even though it may be. You have to kind of think positive about my life is changing. Things may be bad now, but I know my God is changing things today. Today, things are changing, right? Constantly say that and things will change. Fear and faith have something in common. They both ask us to believe something will happen that we cannot see. Fear says, believe the negative, the pain in your side. That's the same thing your grandmother died from. It'll probably kill you too. Faith says, this sickness is not permanent. It's only temporary. Same situation, looked at it two different ways, right? What we meditate on is what takes us to root. If we go around all day thinking about our fears, playing them over and over again in our mind, they become a reality. Don't use your energy to worry. Use your energy to believe. It takes the same amount of energy to believe as it does to worry. It's just as easy to say, God is supplying all my needs, as it is to say, I'll never make it. Instead say, God, my life is in your hands. I know you've got guiding my directions, my steps. I am not expecting defeat. I'm not expecting failure. I'm expecting to have a blessed year. So this is something we talked about yesterday a little bit too. It takes the same amount of energy to be fearful as it does to be faithful. So why not be faithful if you can, right? There's an old Indian saying, an old Indian saying, I don't know what you'd call it, a poem or it's just a story about two wolves, and that the two wolves live in our mind, and that one is bad and one is good. And they talk about how they help make decisions. And the story goes of an old man or a shaman telling a young Indian about this. And the Indian asks the shaman, who wins? And the shaman says, whoever I feed. You feed the negative thoughts, that wolf is going to take over. You feed the positive thought, that wolf's going to take over. Every culture has the same thing. There's a reason that everyone says the same thing. They may say it in 10 different ways, right? We all have that kind of stuff. Cultures, there's all different things that are the similar in cultures. Like, Italians have raviolis. Polish people have pierogies. I don't know, other people have pasta with a little meat in it, whatever that is. There's 1,000 different cultures that make it 1,000 different ways, but it's the same thing. Pasta with meat in it. It's what it is. Or potato and cheese in it, or something that's in it. Something that's in it that goes inside it. Same way with stories. Like, everyone believes a certain thing. That negative energy is not good for us and to dwell on. And it attracts other negative people. So people, what's wrong with your day? Oh, my day did this. Oh, wait till you hear about my day. And negative loves negative. So you want to stay with the positive people. Now, I'm not saying someone asks you having a shitty day and it's a friend, you can't confide in them. But you don't want to go too far with it, you don't, because the more you talk about it, the more you bring it in, right? So we want to keep that from bringing that stuff in. We want to keep the positive thoughts going, push that stuff out. I mean, I'm in sales, and I don't care what kind of sales you're in. If you sit around and listen to doom and gloom, the experts say this, and it's all over the news, and people are killing people here, and this is that, you're going to be like, shit, this is not going to work. You have to have self-reliance. You have to go inside and listen to music that thinks positive. Listen to Joel Osteen or someone that's a sermon that thinks positive. Read books about people who have made it under the worst adversities. Every guy that's made it $1 million or more, like these guys who had suffered at some point. Now, don't get me wrong. There are other guys that have silver spoons and that was a millionaire, so they're a millionaire. But anyone that's actually made it from zero to nothing had to overcome tremendous amount of adversities, living on the streets, sleeping in the car, sleeping on sofas, like just trying to get by because they believed in their one thing, their dream, and at the end they made it. So those books are very inspiring to me when you hear true stories about people, how they went from zero to hero. So I hope you guys like today's message. Just stay faithful, man. It takes the same amount of energy to be negative as it does positive, so why not be positive? Because positive can turn it around for you. Anyways, I hope you guys liked the message. I'm going to put tomorrow's message up here. Yesterday's message down here. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Alexa, remind me to watch Deric's video tomorrow. And if you guys want to leave a message, and I always respond to them. I hope you guys like these videos. Talk to you later.